What's up, Bucko Nation? Welcome to Pirates Live 4-2 postgame show. I'm Mason's Pesky, your host. Today, we're briefly going to recap the Pirates' 6-4 loss against the Cincinnati Reds yesterday evening at PNC Park. This one was very, very much a dud. It was just a game. There was nothing real exciting or, energetic or fired up about it. I don't know if it's Friday night, no fireworks. That sometimes does it, but I don't think that was the key factor. I just don't know. It did rain lightly, but that's about it. And yeah. Anyway, let's get into this one here. Sally, we'll be quick tonight, I promise. I did not take a lot of notes at all. Bottom of the first, Connor Griffin hits a homer to left center field, making it 1-0 Pirates. This is a good start for Sir. Very impressed. That was his first at bat, too, after being injured, coming back off the IL. Great start to his return. Great start. I was very impressed by him tonight. So, yeah, that was great for Sir. Top of the second inning. Things got really, really ugly for Paul Skeens at the top of the second inning here. So, this was definitely not a good... This was probably his second worst inning of the season. The only inning worse was the debacle in New York. So, let's talk about the top of the second inning here for the Reds, because they really hit it off. Top of the second now, Spencer Steer singles to center field, scoring Nathaniel Lau, and sending Juanio Suarez to second. This ties it at 1. Also in the top of the second, Tyler Stevenson singles to right field, scoring Juanio Suarez, sending Spencer Steer to third. It's 2-1 Cincinnati. Top of the second again, Blake Dunn, I think that's his name. Yeah, Blake Dunn hits a sacrifice fly to right. This scores Steer and sends Matt McLean to second, and Tyler Stevenson to third, 3-1 Reds. Also, at the top of the second, last run of the inning, Ellie De La Cruz hits a sac fly to deep center field. This scores Tyler Stevenson and sends Matt McLean to third. It's 4-1 Reds. We're certainly not in good shape right now. I know 2 of those 4 runs were on, sorry about the yawning, but I know 2 of those 4 runs were on sac flies, so that's certainly one thing for sure. And, you can't, I don't know, I don't think those are the worst thing in the world. Yes, you allowed 2 runs on sac flies, and there's still 2 runs against you. That sucks. However, you got 2 outs at the same time, so it was almost like it cancels out. It's almost like when you're solving a math problem, and you're doing 3 plus 5 minus 5. What is the answer to that problem? 3. Because look at the problem itself. You have 3, you're adding 5. Okay, that gets you to 8. Then you're canceling it out by minusing the 5, and that gets you back to 3. So yes, Cincinnati did add runs, but at the same time, we added outs, and that limited the amount of damage they had because they couldn't get new guys on base. It's more or less like you're in a garden, you're growing crops, and it's time to pull the crops out that you're growing in the garden, but you can't grow any new crops in the garden. So yes, you're taking from the garden, but at the same time, you can't manufacture new food or plants or whatever you grow in the garden. So yeah, at the same time, it benefited us in a way, but it benefited them. And it did benefit them more, but by how much, we don't know. But I like the Reds base running tonight there, especially in that situation. That was a good job by them. Bottom of the 5th inning, we had a sacrifice fly of our own by Brandon Lyles. I get tired. I've had a long day, so I'm going to get to bed here soon. Brandon Lyles hits a sac fly to deep to center field. This scores Henry Davis to make it 4-2. And then in the bottom of the 6th, we had a 2-homer inning. Marcell Ozuna hits a home run to center field. This was a great shot for score. This made it 4-3. And then Emmanuel Valdez with the magician with his little bird flop celebration. I love the bird flop. I'm trying to do it here, but I don't know how well you can see it. It's like a little bird flop here, but he hits a homer to left field. This ties the game at 4. I'm feeling good about our chances now. I feel like we do have a pretty good shot to win this game. But Dwight did a great job in the 6th. Matson did a great job in the 7th. Mason Montgomery, not so much. He allowed a homer by Novelli Marte, who the Reds traded in, I want to say 2022 or 2023. One of those years in the Luis Castillo trade. I think it was 22. But Marte homers to center field. This scores Stal Stewart as well. It's 6-4 Cincinnati. As they get more tired, that's how this thing ends. Reds win. Period. Blank, blank. So yeah, that's at the final score. Crazy. Couple of quick comments. Not a lot tonight. Hang on. That was a great defensive effort by Mangum in the first inning there. I really liked how he tried to hustle. He held the guy to first base, which was huge, so good for him. Welcome back, Connor Griffin. That was in regards to the home run. Yeah, that was pretty freaking awesome, man. So great job by Connor Griffin. God bless him. The fact that Skeens is getting hit this much, whether it be the sac flies or whatever it is, that's definitely concerning for sure. I wrote, it's rather problematic, to be honest. Oh, yeah, it was very problematic. Very problematic. Skeens has got to be better. Tonight was unacceptable. Yes, it was unacceptable. He's lucky he didn't take the loss, but things have not been pretty for this team when Skeens starts, and that was the expectation going into this year. We were doing this, and we were sacrificing, although we were sacrificing, especially on the hitting side, so that we could give him a winner, and he's regressed greatly under his hand-picked pitching coach. I don't know if he picked the guy who... I don't know if he picked Bill Murphy, but he certainly... They didn't win Marine. They didn't win Marine. No, Marine is the bullpen coach for the Reds. And they didn't, they have a terrible bullpen too, supposedly. So, I don't know, I don't know if you could say Marine was the problem or if he was the solution. I don't know. It's just, I think we could have done better with the hire. That's my opinion. Yeah. Love the comeback energy. Yeah, those 3 runs unanswered. That was awesome for sure. Very glad to see that. So that was great that we came back. I thought we were going to win this game as we came back. Unfortunately, we did fall short. So that's definitely unfortunate. I'm struggling to understand why you don't just keep Isaac Madsen in there. He was pitching well and the bullpen was performing decent. You can't allow that home run to happen. I just don't get it. Why not keep Madsen in? He could go 2 innings, and then hopefully we score a run in the bottom of the 8th with the momentum we had, and then you could have Soto in to save it out and win us the game. I would have won Madsen another inning. That's my philosophy. So that was disappointing for sure. It's not the worst thing in the world that Kelly didn't keep him in there, but I was definitely surprised. I mean, Bourgeois did a great job. I was pleased with him. Madsen did a great job. I was pleased with him. It's just Montgomery. Sometimes you could get, the silly stuff from. So, yeah. I'm not going to rant about this bullpen tonight because, to be honest with you, I don't think... It didn't do bad. Yes, it allowed a home run that cost us the game, but you can't say that's the reason we lost. The top of the second inning was the reason we lost, for goodness sakes. Yeah, come on now. Seriously, people place too much, I think the bullpen at this point has, become, an easy out for people to complain about. If you're in 5 classes in one semester, and you're struggling at, say, Physics 5, if that's a thing. I don't think it is, but Physics 5. You take 2 exams that were 20% of your grade each, or let's say 30. Let's jack it up, let's say 30. And you get C's or D's on both the exams. And people are constantly hounding you and making fun of you because, okay, so you're in physics and you have this C-, D+ in physics, because your exams suck. But then you don't get enough sleep, you were kept at work an hour late one night, and because of that, the consequence is you didn't do so well on your natural sciences 2, or whatever you want to say. Natural sciences 2, because we're in the science area now, exam, and you get a D on that. And people come home, or the folks at home, your roommates, your academic support, your tutors, or whatever, just bring up your physics grade after you failed this natural sciences test. Why are you bringing up the physics grade? The physics grade didn't cause your GPA to be as low as it was. Or I'm sorry, the natural science. Like, why are they bringing up I take that back. The natural sciences grade didn't cause your GPA to be low, especially if you get a B in natural sciences or even pull out an A in that class. Your physics grade did. Or, I'm sorry, I'm so confused. So you go to your, I'm just very confused right now. It's probably because I'm on not a good sleep. It's almost like your natural sciences grade. What was I going to say? It's almost like blaming your physics class for the GPA issue when you know your GPA could have been higher because of that natural sciences exam. A natural sciences class is actually a strength. You end up with a B plus in natural sciences, but you could have gotten A minus if that one exam would have gone better. But you still have that D in physics. Yes, the D in physics is going to stand out because the D in physics is what technically caused the GPA to be so low. Same here. The bullpen is technically what caused us to lose the game because they allowed the game losing runs. However, you need to have the strength and the willpower and the grace to say that you could have had a better GPA because you didn't do good enough on that natural sciences exam for this, this, and this. That, in a way, is what cost you your GPA. Not so much the physics. What I'm trying to say here is this. I know I made the gaffes, but what I'm trying to say here is this. It was the fact that we allowed 4 runs during a skiing start that cost us the game. Not the fact that Marte got a good hit off of Mason and it went to out of the park to give the Reds the lead in the win. Our bullpen didn't lose us this game today. The fact we allowed 4 runs during a Skeens start is what did. When Skeens was on the mound and they drove up his pitch count. That's what I'm saying. Point made, hopefully. I'm going to combine these 2 notes into one. Why didn't we swing the bat as much in the 9th? And we went down with a whimper tonight. That's what it felt like. I'm going to draw back to the Phillies game 6 weeks ago. They pounded Soto. Pounded. Banged him like a drum. And that's why we lost the game. Do you want to know how they got Soto so well? Because they know Soto. Because Soto was a Philadelphia Philly. Caleb Ferguson, who they put out tonight to close, and Oscar Marine obviously were with the Pirates last year. Why don't we go after these guys? Why don't we go as aggressive? Why can't we do what Schwarber, Turner, and Harper do? I know those guys are making... They're paid well. They're well compensated for a reason. You don't get well compensated if you're mediocre at your job, as I check things off here and just... I'm trying to go through something with the team here as I look. But anyway, you don't get well compensated if you're not good at your job. They're very good at their job. I'm not going to lie to you. Very freaking good at their jobs. But why can't we do the same thing? Why couldn't Reynolds go after Ferguson? That's disappointing. That is certainly disappointing. So yeah, I'm disappointed by that. I'm disappointed by a lot of things tonight. It just... it feels like this was one of those games, it is what it is. You lost because you lost, but you got to be better. You got to be better. And we have another chance to be better this afternoon if we're a 5 against the Reds. They are now 38-42. We are now 41-41. You got to take these next 2. It's so imperative that you take these next 2. And yeah, expect to see a sense of urgency tomorrow, especially since it's soccer night. In the middle of the World Cup. The first 20,000 fans get a soccer jersey. So that'll be a fun giveaway for sure. Excited to see what this team does tomorrow. Excited to hopefully bounce back. That's all I have for tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I will see you tomorrow for the Pirates Live 4-2 pregame show. In the meantime, though, have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace and God bless. See you guys for the pregame show tomorrow. Good night and bye.